My 10 desires today are seeing an amazing match. Hello everybody and welcome back to Touhou Cup 2025 Qualifier. We are gonna have the TD match today, and to accompany me in this endeavor we have Himkoto and Trace. Hello both of you, how are you doing?
Hello,
good to be back.
Great.
So, already back, already back with more qualifiers. And TD nonetheless. TD, which is a game known in TWC history for having some banger matches every single time.
Yeah, but quite the long history of LNNN runs.
Oh,
and,
yeah?
And here we gotta go through a qualifier. You have to imagine that might even be the standard just to get out of this round.
I mean, if we go by the PCB match standards...
Yeah, like the last year our TD match was the first match ever, I think, to get multiple players have LNN in the same same match.
That was
but
the
now
first time
it's already happened in the PCB qualifiers. So I don't know what's gonna go
These
down
players
here.
gotta hold back just a little bit, save the hype for the main event.
Yeah, like
True.
we don't even need the main TWC, I think. Just do all qualifiers, they bring better matches.
Absolutely! Alright, so yeah, TD Survival. Man, I'm always hyped. It's been a tradition in TWC history that we always have at least one LNN in this category.
This tradition cannot be broken.
Yeah. Out of the
I think-
6... Dude, can you believe TWC has been going on for like... Wait, hold on. Like, if in the 5 years TWC has been going on, we've like... I think it's only happened once that we did not have an LNN TD, dude.
Did we?
I
don't
think
even remember
so.
that.
Someone might correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we had runs like this for every time.
Yeah,
Or
I thought so too.
I
guess if
thought
we did, it would have
one
only
year
been
we did
once.
that. Could be wrong. Maybe in 2020?
Yeah, maybe the first one actually, that could be right.
Could be. But back then, people were just...
So
they were
bad
not in
at the
20
game.
seconds. They were, honestly, back then people sucked at the game.
Yeah, they
runs.
were awful.
Like what? 3 miss no ball, bro. Don't even play.
What even is that?
Back in the days, dude, you couldn't get into WC if you had like a 6 miss no ball as your PB or something.
It's, people have improved insane in the last years.
But yeah, in any case, so we're in TWC, but what is TWC? And I'm sure all of you guys can't wait for me to say the same slide again as a rap god. Transition!
What a transition. Beautiful.
Alrighty. So, Touhou World Cup, or TWC, is an annual international tournament featuring the Drop Deck Shoot 'em Ups. Each match features contestants competing in a survival or scoring category on Lunatic or extra difficulty. I got kind of like thrown off because usually it says each match features 2 or 3 contestants. That's how much I know this slide. I noticed something was missing from it because it's a qualifier, of course. For more details
PCB
about the
qualifier
tournament,
messed it up.
for more details about the tournament, please visit the official website, touhouworldcup.com, and you know it as well. Shoutouts to Maribel.
Shoutouts to Maribel.
Alrighty, TD Lunatic No Bomb Qualifier, praying emoji. The players have 75 minutes to perform their best run. Players can finish any run started within the reset time period. Or in the reset time period, sorry. TWC score is halved for each hit. Runs with more than 5 hits do not count. Bombs are not allowed as they count as 2 hits. At the end of all of this, the player with the highest TWC score advances to the main event. And then they will play against Mineri and Omochabako.
Yeah.
And here are the
Difference from last
rubrics.
time, only the first place player here moves on to the main event.
Yeah. So here you can see we have the SDE cap bonus, which is kind of fun to see. Like,
It seems like it's working a little bit differently than the full spell bonus you used to have in a category like this. Because it seems like it also applies to even when they get misses as well.
Yes, actually. That's
way
one
it's
of the
calculated
big
now-
changes from this year. Like, we're still experimenting, but yeah, the idea is like having a bonus if you cap the spell. You have, So this way, players have a bigger incentive to go for it, because even if they do take a hit later, they do beneficiate from the bonus of having capped the annoying spell.
And we'll definitely
That's
explain
great.
as the runs goes on, but that could be quite an interesting attack to actually try to capture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
suppose it's just timing
SD
it
is
out.
interesting.
You really risk your run by going for it because you've already survived 3 stages and you're almost like ready to get your run into the late game, and then you have to do this stupidly designed zoom spell and
Yeah,
risk all your entire run for some bonus points. So
yeah.
it's interesting.
I mean,
As for the
we
actual
hope that
numbers,
this-
it's pretty similar to previous years as well. We got Yomu getting the fewest amount of points because you have imagined
Yeah.
she's just the best for survival. Reimu is also a very reliable shot, so she only gets like a little bit more points. And then we have Marissa and Sane getting a lot more, so definitely some incentive to try to go for those characters if you're trying to beat somebody else's score.
Absolutely. My take, I think from my experience, usually people kind of go for like a quick Reimu or Yomu like placeholder, and then they start doing the big attempts. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
usually it's been Reimu placeholders. Like I
Yeah.
said, she's just a very reliable character to use, easy to get into, performs very well throughout most of the game.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think the last 2 years people won by starting with some Yomu runs. I think it was like Yomu run into Marissa run most of the time. I think getting people the win in the end.
yeah,
Yeah, even though Yomu is considered the best for survival, she definitely has like the highest learning curve to get into. But once you get past that point, then she really starts to shine.
Yeah, she's so consistent. A lot of sections that are very hard for the other characters, she can just shred through, and she has a way more consistent game overall than the other characters.
Yeah, if any of the players opt to play as Yomu as a placeholder or whatnot, we'll definitely explain how her shot works then.
you know what? Let's take a look at like who is actually going to be competing in this match. We have 3 players here. We have Lens, we have Piero, and we have SGRN. So very curious to see how each of them is actually going to be performing in the event, or at least in the qualifiers, and who will actually make it in. And how many LNs are we gonna get, if any?
500!
Because, you know, 5. Because like the thing I
LNNs
want to
every
insist.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Every
constant
credit.
race.
Like, the thing I want to insist on is we've been spoiled as viewers, organizers, commentators. We've been spoiled by insane level. But let's not forget that LNN is very hard.
And especially
been
in a
spoiled.
timed period like this.
Yeah.
There's an extra
Everyone-
layer of pressure on you.
Everyone always tells me TD is the easiest game, so like what could go wrong? It's easy. There's nothing to it.
I think Defiance will have something to say about that.
Yeah.
I mean, that too. But like,
The spirit of what they're saying, though, is mostly correct. It is considered like one of the easier games to get no miss runs on.
I mean, yeah, it's very consistent. Like, it doesn't have that massive of a difficulty spike. Like, you have you have a run killer at the end, which kind of suck. But
Yeah.
also, the game is not that long. It's like, I'd say it's a pretty good one to go for as your first, absolutely, providing you like the game.
It's a pretty chill game overall,
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
no matter which way you're playing.
I mean, even for survival as a whole, I just find like the overall mood of TD to be just a relaxing, chill game. Even down to the music, it's just chill game.
Yeah, it's fun. I've played it a lot. Still haven't gotten the LNN yet, because I just get cursed by the worst one miss runs to ever grace the world.
Oh, don't tell me you died to
the Miko non-4 one miss.
No, you got one to pray times over.
The Miko spell 1 is also one miss.
Miko spell 1?
It critted me, man. It crit rolled, I swear.
Oh no!
So,
Dude, your
yes.
playtime truly
Yeah.
was over.
That's also
Just-
the thing in this game. The overall difficulty isn't that hard, but some of these patterns have just a chance. It's very RNG heavy in a way that they can just become very hard, like 5% of the time. Just become insanely hard for no reason. And that's
Yeah.
a
And
theme
once
of a lot
then
of these
once it
patterns.
happens to you, it just scars you for life.
Yeah.
Any future runs, you just get
Oh,
so
yeah.
nervous, much more than you normally would be.
Now,
Oh,
Miko
yeah, I
non 4 is not an example of these, but a lot of other patterns are.
Alright, so
nice
we
transition.
can see here, one player is playing as song number 11. Curious to see how this score is gonna shot.
interesting.
This shot is
The
gonna, yeah.
fifth secret
that-
shot in the game.
The secret shot. Oh, song 12, sorry.
Wow.
Song 12C is the
We
secret
haven't seen
shot.
that being played a lot this year,
No,
so interesting to see
true.
how that will develop.
Yeah. And then we have double Ramos.
Your stock standard classic Reimu, what can go wrong?
Nothing can go wrong as Reimu.
I mean, they haven't been locked in yet, so... Oh, they have. I'm lying.
Not yet, no. That was practice. I thought they were gonna go an easy. What?
Yeah.
Timer's about to reach the
I
point.
called it! I called it! I called the easy mode misclick, brother. I called it. Also, I cannot hear anything. Is this supposed to be the case?
Alright.
Apparently, the George in my head that told me that audio is working on being fixed, and it has actually started.
Yeah.
Let's go. So we have a
We
Reimu.
have begun.
We have a Reimu. We have a second Reimu, and we still have song number 12.
Yeah.
Oh, already a pause? Oh, already a reset. Okay. Well,
So going for a scoring run, I think.
here you go. Here goes my
goodness.
chance to ask the obvious question: when is gonna who and when is the first reset gonna happen? God damn it!
Alright.
Yeah. It would still feel Lance is still stuck in the music room. Oh well.
It's,
Oh.
a new
Audio
strategy.
has been unlocked.
I hear sound.
We have purchased the audio DLC.
Awesome. Touhou was made by EA.
Alright, so Piero is into Fred, nothing, this mid-boss kind of just exists, right?
Yeah. If it spawns a lot of wisps, like starting at the bottom, it can definitely make the attack go on longer than you want sometimes, but it's still
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah,
And also,
usually
because
like,
you-
They drift all around the screen too.
And if you
kind of
die
annoying
to
keep
Fred,
track
you
of.
just lose
Yeah.
like 30 seconds, so it's
from
not
my
too bad.
experience, if you die to Fred, it's usually because you were trying to greed on damage too much.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, there's a deceptively large amount of bullets if the wisps survive for a long time.
Yeah.
True.
Luckily, Reimu has a pretty good time here, just using the homing. It should be
Yeah, that
very easy
helps
state.
fill
for him.
in some gaps, but generally speaking, like, you'll see this trend throughout a lot of the game. It's just speed killing enemies to prevent them from firing in the first
Yeah,
place.
definitely. That's a big thing in 2D.
Playing aggressively will reward you a lot in this game.
Alright, into our final boss, Himkoto.
Yeah, I mean, it's fitting, right? We ended with Yuyuko
Speed
last
running
time.
to
We're
the
starting
final
with Yuyuko
boss.
this time.
It's a very quick run.
Yeah, already, and then pace into Yuyuko. Oh my god!
Beautiful.
This is the
Crazy.
chance, chat. Let's have the pace continue.
The very engaging spell 1.
I
Truly
know.
a mastercraft by Zun.
Honestly, whenever we see like Yuyuko in TD, I'm like, dude, that's the biggest demotion I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, she
It's all
got
for
shafted, man.
story reasons anyway. Just, but he definitely knew, like, the dichotomy between having a final boss being the stage 1 boss in a different game.
At least she gets a lot of spell cards, so she doesn't feel like she's not like a Wriggle or something.
Sure, she does have a lot of spell
Absolutely.
for a stage 1 boss. That's true, actually.
She has like 4 spell cards. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, way more than any other stage 1 boss.
Yeah, how many does Seiran have? 3, or am I
I
crazy?
think,
Well, if you count the mid-boss spell, then yeah.
yeah, but if
okay.
you don't, then
We're talking about just like the boss fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Proper.
And Seiran doesn't have Fred, so...
I mean, true.
There's that.
Seiran just has the jelly beans. Still, though, despite SGRN resetting quite a few times, there haven't been a single hit yet, though.
Lance
Which, I mean,
is
it's
still,
TD stage
Yeah.
1.
Lance is still warming up with some audio-visual experience or something. I don't know what's going on
Getting
there.
into the zone.
Yeah,
Yeah, getting
He's
into the
loving
zone,
it.
yeah.
bumping some tunes.
I really want to make a French pod on the word lance, but like, no one is gonna get it, and I'm just gonna appear as a fucking
I
French
mean,
nerd.
Lance will get it because Lance is French, so there's that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's all I know.
Ah! What? What do you mean there's a French player I don't know of? What is this like? What is this?
Yeah, your omniscience has been proven false.
There is no way there exists a French player I don't know about. That's not true. That is not
So
true.
far, they're not a player; they're just a listener. So
Well, I'm
You
gonna
might be
make my
right.
French pun anyway.
Oh, look at that.
Hopefully, oh my god! Finally, damn.
we have a
Yeah.
third player.
Triple
Lance
Reimu.
finally launched the run, and that's only a French pun, and a very bad one at that.
Yeah.
Maybe
One
it's like a
spot
new.
here where homing definitely helps out.
Yeah,
Just clearing
a
the
lot.
wheel ghosts.
Maybe it's a new tech. Instead of practicing the patterns, you just listen to the music.
Just
That's,
become one of the boss.
Yeah. immerse yourself.
Yeah, given the music in this series, it's not a bad choice.
That's true. Does get you pumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Piero definitely just doing the simple streaming here on this section rather than trying to aggressively kill enemies.
And here comes Kyoko. You know,
Yeah.
I
As
say this
Raymond-
every. Go ahead.
No, you look.
I mean, I'm just gonna say. I say this every single TWC match, and I'm gonna say it this time again. Every TD TWC match. I find Kyoko annoying. The nuns make me scared. I'm convinced the nuns can crit roll.
As someone who's
If
played a lot
if
of
you decide to
TD,
stay inside the barriers, then
Yeah,
it
you
definitely gets
can never
claustrophobic
read it.
fast.
the Kyoko is a horrible boss, in my opinion. It's the her final spell can just be disgusting sometimes, and like her non-spells should be fine with practice because they are technically static, so you can just route them.
Yeah.
But
And then
even a
includes
slight
knowing to stay
mistake.
outside the barriers.
Yeah, don't
Just
greed
to
for
avoid,
damage.
like, the
is
worst
main
of it.
thing. If you
Absolutely.
stay in the middle, it becomes way harder.
I love just stages as Reimu, dude. It's just like unfocused.
Oh,
everything
interesting.
dies.
Kind of
Just a little bit
close,
close, I would
stream
say.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
getting
streamed
back
a bit too
against the wall.
fast. But it's fine in the end.
Yeah. So we have another LNN pace into Yuko.
Oh, interesting lineup for the first non in the corner. You generally
Why are
see
you in
people
the
lining up
corner?
with the
Actually
middle
doing
of the
this
path
inside
there.
the barrier, that's definitely a choice.
God, that's actually really good dodging. Like,
Yeah.
screw it when it's in the barrier, dude.
Yeah, for this and the mid-boss on both cases, you can definitely just memorize your way through.
Oh, they started?
Dodging the spell
they're
in the
aimed,
top
but-
corner.
Oh, alright. Oh,
Yeah.
that's why lining up in the corner. Fair. Yeah.
This is a strange
Yeah.
spell in the
Like,
way that
Pretty much
It's
any
way
of the
less
four
dense in
corners
the
you
top
can
corner.
just do to dodge this first spell here.
yeah.
Going from
But not
below
doing
to
the
an upper
headset-
corner, though, is, I guess, a little bit uncommon.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
doing the
just stay on
headset
one
is
side.
criminal, though.
Yeah. Just going for more damage, I guess.
Even a survival player, you should do the headset. That's criminal to not to.
Yeah, I have some scoring experience with this game, so I have a habit of head-sitting Kyoko in the first spell anyway.
Yeah.
Good. You should. Your run is invalid. You know, we should have a TD like we have a bonus. We should have like a we should have a penalty if you don't headset Kyoko on one or spell one.
This game needs like a score rival category at some point. That's what we need.
Kyoko, some bad movement on Kyoko there, going to the middle, forcing an extra wave, which is also an interesting thing about this game, is that the boss movement is not... You can't actually decide where the boss moves. In a lot of games, like I think like 7 through 11, the boss will always go to the side that the player is on compared to them. But in this
now
game,
Starting with
it's a-
UFO,
yeah,
the boss
starting
is a
with
completely
UFO.
random movement again.
yeah, it's
I mean,
a,
I
it's,
believe
it's,
they
it's,
still have a
it's
chance
a
to-
chance now. I think it's
Yeah.
2/3 chance that the boss moves towards you and a 1/3 chance that they move away from you. Leading to
TLDR
some
soon
very
realized.
stupid crit rolls sometimes.
TLDR soon
Yeah.
realized he had a very convenient feature, so he removed it.
Yeah. Soon made
It
this
wasn't
game
the only
worse.
one either.
Yeah, Zun decided, nah, I can't possibly like. What do you mean I have a good feature now, bro? Let me remove that.
Yeah. Very strange.
All right, Kyoko and Lynette into stage 3, where all the
Wow.
toe runs go to die.
We love Yoshika.
And
I think,
Kodasa?
I think if there was like a Touhou vote for the least popular boss in Touhou, I think Yoshika would end up pretty high.
You forgot Eika as a thing. Don't forget
That's true.
Eika.
Eika is
Eika is the most
definitely a boss.
She's the most forgettable Touhou character in the main line, like
Yeah.
of all time. Like straight up. Unless you score Wily, Eika is just like literally who.
yeah.
I remember like her inspiration comes from something that's actually a lot darker in real life. So seeing it actually be reworked to something more pleasant in the game itself is actually kind of funny to look at, though.
The rocks.
It's more like the lore side of things as opposed to gameplay.
Yeah? Alright, in any case though, I want to see the Kogasa, because like, see, we've never seen people die to the to Kogasa mid until WC.
Surprise!
Don't-
I believe. But
Whoa! That was scary, man. What the hell?
I keep I'm convinced that this thing is terrifying. I don't know, to the TD nerds out there. Is it easier than it looks, because I swear, even when I do it, I find this uncomfortable as hell.
It's easier than it's just tap, 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 tap.
Oh, okay, never mind, it's free.
Or even just like hold tap.
Oh, yeah, that works too,
It's
yeah.
the same motions every time.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind, it's free. Wow, I remember this being more. No, it's free as hell, you never mind. Capping this.
This spell is also very consistent. It's just the same pattern.
Yeah, it's definitely scary though because of how tight it is.
Yeah. Can get kind of
It's the
weird.
kind of spell you want to use friction or bottom dragging, as some might know it,
Yeah.
just for more precision on it.
Why does SGRN keeps resetting? Am I missing something? Did they die and I didn't see it?
That's a good question, actually.
Death cap? Was it?
Maybe we just didn't like the vibe of the run.
Should have listened to
Earlier on,
Trader
it almost seemed
before.
like they were resetting for not doing something correctly in the very
Oh,
beginning
speaking
stage
of reset,
one.
okay, there we go. Was that a DK? I have no idea.
Are we seeing an ethical spell 1? Yeah, we are. For Kyoko by Lance. Just doing it at the bottom.
Yeah. As mentioned, just like any of the corners works for dodging the jelly beans once they burst out of that square.
Yoshiga, as a whole, other than SD, Yoshiga I find is like a relatively okay boss. It's just like, I find she has rather dense patterns.
Her non-spells can all get kinda disgusting at times.
I mean, that's because they're very
Yeah,
dense, right? They're slow and dense, so you can
Doesn't help
definitely
if
have
she
some...
like continuously moves to one side of the screen. She just keeps those clumps blocking you from moving back
Yeah.
onto her.
Especially
Yeah.
on non-3, that's prevalent. She can
Destroy the wisp on
get
this one.
disgusting there.
And for those not aware,
Interesting.
on this end and Score Desire Eater, her last spell, Yoshi has a mechanic where she absorbs divine spirits spawned from enemies to restore her health. And for some reason, Piero is actually targeting those wisps here. Are they opting to like time this one out or
Yeah,
something?
probably going for the timeout then.
You know, maybe we should include a bonus for this as well then.
Yeah, the full spell bonus might need to return actually.
I think the full spell bonus should probably return. I think we've been outplayed.
Yeah,
We have been outplayed. Fuck.
they cracked the code. Just time out everything except SD.
Yeah.
So yeah,
With that, let's say
non-spell
it's a
2.
lot easier to capture the first spell compared to Score Desire Eater, though. All you have to
That's
do is
true.
just like stay under Yoshika as much as possible. Then when you have to restream, just stop shooting so you don't kill the
Exactly.
wisps.
Yeah. So this spell can be, what's it called? Poison Murder. Can be
Is it
pretty difficult at
poisonous
times
nails?
if she moves down. But luckily she's staying very high up here, so it's fine.
It's all about reading how they're going to crisscross well before they
Yeah.
reach you. This third non-spell, you definitely want to be careful as the spell goes on. You don't want to stay too high up on the screen because there's a small chance that the kunai might actually spawn right on top of you.
Yeah, the most common strategy for this is to just stay away as Reimu and let your homing do the work. Other characters have it a bit
Does
worse.
last a lot longer though.
Yeah.
The good news is also that after the first initial clump,
Oh,
though, the rest of it is
great for
actually
damage?
not that
Nice.
dense. So
Yeah,
you have
that's
a lot
true.
more opportunity to get back under
All right,
Yoshika
they
compared to
are
others.
ignoring the... I see. I mean, I guess then again, this is probably a placeholder on. So like, they're just going to play it safe, and then they're gonna go for like all the fancy strats.
I mean, there's also players who just really don't even bother with it at all. You might have one of them here.
I mean, fair.
Because it is a hassle, of course, to...
I mean, 2 out of
Do it
99
Zune's
plus has... 2 out of 99 plus. I'm just gonna say that.
That's true. That you have a very fair point there. So, I mean, they did it twice. They can do it again.
True! Alright, let's go.
And our other players are
Stuck
all
in
still
early
in
game
stage
though,
1.
what?
Yeah. All right, the best team in the game.
Desire
Can't
Drive.
argue that.
Beautiful.
It does get you pretty pumped up for what this stage has to offer.
Yeah, and it does have to offer a lot of stuff.
Yeah?
Compared to the other
worst
stage portions of the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I despise Sega Midnon with all my might.
It's horrible.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Or the spell where she jumps. The spell is so buggy because it reaches the bullet cap sometimes, leading
Oh,
to
yeah.
some stupid waves in it. It's very weirdly
The which
coded.
spell you're referring to in this case?
The Sega mid spell can reach the
Yeah.
bullet cap, leading to gaps in the pattern, which can catch you off
Yeah.
guard.
What's
It's
up with
really
everyone
weird.
I've never seen
randomly
that before,
pausing it?
actually.
It's
I
how-
always
it's-
just see like the consistent lanes. Anyway, here we go.
Well, okay,
Mid-boss time.
here's the mid-cell we talked about. The reason why we all call it disgusting is because Sega spawns bullet very close to you, and if she's very low. This plus low spawning bullets gets awful because you have no reaction time.
She moves down, she can spawn them so close to you, it's horrible.
Yeah,
and what doesn't help is that you have multiple patterns spawning at the same time, so it's like two different things at once.
I like what they're doing there for like maximum damage and crazing. Just don't die though.
Seems very consistent.
Yeah, it's all about manipulating those electric orbs following you around. Keep them out of the way of the lanes you want to go to.
Yeah, and they're timing
Something else
pattern
that
down.
not immediately obvious though is you do want to time the spell down to about 20 seconds to avoid some post-mid boss stuff before the fairy
Could they
rushes appear.
stop pausing at random intervals?
Smoke break.
They just want the others to catch up and just being a good sport.
Now we have the stage 4 spam coming up. It's not a particularly
the first two parts of it
spam.
are really not super bad. You can even just stay in the middle as Rainbow and have her homing take care of most of everything.
But they find a way
The
to
third wave
spam
gets
can get
really
a bit,
tricky though because everything's so much faster. The key
get a
here,
bit wonky.
what you want to do is you want to make sure you kill that big fairy come from the left or whichever side you're staying on. Because otherwise there's just going to be extra jelly beans coming your way that you don't want to deal with.
Yeah,
Once again, Rainbow's hoping
really
can help out with that.
Rainbow's homing really turns this like spam into something that's way more manageable.
It's like a pseudo spread shot in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're in the middle, because like both like sides of homing can go target each side.
That's
now
exactly
hot
what you
take.
do. Stay up and in the middle. To get
Sega non-spell 1 is her hardest pattern. That's my hot take.
Is it?
If you're doing the good strat for the second non, then yes. Because in this case, yeah, in the first one, Yoshika stays too high up on the screen to just avoid everything.
Chad is saying that like the reason why Piero keeps pausing is because they're like live tweeting their run.
Though they know they're not supposed to be blocking their runs as they go on, you always curse yourself doing that.
Yeah. I'm joking because I think at some point we had a TWC. Didn't we have a TWC player that was actually tweeting in the middle of his run at some point?
That's so beautiful.
I swear, it was like, it was during like SA Extra, I'm not crazy. I swear it happened.
So here's
It was Orients, there we go, yeah.
Another Marvel Zun non-spell design where you can just stay above Yoshika to avoid basically everything. And just only dodge the aimed waves sent out by Sega.
Yeah.
The only issue is the jelly beans aren't always aimed directly at you. There's like, they're coming as clumps. You just have to make sure you don't let yourself get caught off guard in between them.
If you're snoozing too hard, you can just get hit out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And fortunately, since it's a non-spell, you don't get penalized with your TWC score by just timing this out. So everybody just opts to do that.
Yeah.
A little bit of Yoshika luring, it looks like.
I'm surprised at how like none of the other two have made it to stage like into Yoshika yet. Like, see the early game is like, unless the minor Kyoko crit rolls, like it should be fine.
It's like a little bit of Yoshika manipulation here, and especially what you want to do in the second spell is time it so Sega doesn't move to revive her right away as Yoshika dies. That way you get extra damage on her.
I like
this non-spell can be pretty difficult at times, but it's
fast
manageable.
knives.
These knives are so big.
Oh yeah, no, because we
And
haven't mentioned
angled
like
weirdly too. That's why you want to pay extra attention so you don't get just swiped
10
by one.
Desires is the first mainline Touhou game that introduced the modern hitbox size for bullets, which since the TD, the bullets, Zun actually learned, he discovered a geometric shape known as a circle.
It's wonderful.
Yes. Everything changed to a circle, but in an effect that makes all the bullets feel bigger.
Yeah, as a result, all the bullets feel bigger when you dodge them, because now the hitbox are actually circles instead of big squares. Nice squeezer, by the way.
Yeah. Another case where you can get crit rolled by a certain laser RNG, I guess.
So stage 5...
If you move to the sides, that spell should be pretty consistent.
Yeah, it's just moving between the middle and either side to avoid the electric orbs.
But in the bullets in like modern engine are disgusting. Like the knife, for instance, because you know, Koto mentioned how the knife was huge, and I believe the hitbox is actually a bit wider than the actual blade sprite because it's a circle.
It's horrible.
That sounds almost more like the jelly bean bullets.
Stop pausing, dude! I'm gonna have a pause counter for you at the end of the run if you keep doing that. Oh my god!
So another stage where
Into the
killing the
tank
enemies
casters,
quickly.
put a pause overlay on them.
We need a post counter for this person!
Deduct points for every time they pause.
Yeah, deduct points for every pause, dude.
It's like minus 0.01 TWC score for the run. We should add a slowdown penalty. Based on the slowdown of the runs.
Oh god! I say yes. Oh, terrible idea at that MP4.
Yeah.
Alright, it's time for everyone's favorite boss, the Radish.
The
AKA
radish?
Tojiko.
I
she's
haven't
a
heard that
radish.
name before.
What did I call her? Like, she has radish legs.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you never seen this image of like someone dressing up a fucking radish as Tojiko?
No, I need to see that actually.
Yeah, me too.
George,
I
can you
can
put it
picture
on
it
the
in my head
screen?
though.
He doesn't have it, but like I've
No.
seen images of people dressing up radishes as Tojiko.
Someone send it, hold on.
Alright, fine. Let me go into Google Touhou.
Also, this
Tojiko
spell should be fine
radish.
most of the time. Can be a bit weird at times, but if you
Yeah,
know
or
how it works.
if you pay attention to which way Tojiko is moving, then you'll know which way that the yellow lightning
Yeah.
bolts are moving as well. But even then, it's easy enough to react to which way they're moving, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you really know how it works, you shouldn't be dying to it. But
Getting a
it's,
little close there.
it
Almost
does.
commentators
It takes a
curse.
lot of brain power to do fine.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you have to stay active for it. If you doze off a bit, it can suddenly get you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm very
As for
sorry.
most of the
I'm
rest of the
unable
stage
to
portion, it's just a lot
find.
of scoring-based stuff, I guess, is
Yeah.
what Sun's intention was.
Which is why you should all watch the TWC TD scoring match. So now the
Or-
hardest spam coming up.
Yes. The key here, stay on the bottom
Ooh,
right
no.
corner, because... Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
That's
just a
a
bit of
bad-
a crit roll there.
No, they didn't manage to speed kill the middle one in time. They went to
Yeah.
the right too
Didn't
early.
help,
So
obviously.
if you don't kill the middle one, it becomes 1,000 times harder. Very tragic.
Alright, alright, oh god. Okay, boat spell.
Yeah. Probably also not good to have this on 3 power as Raymond.
Yeah,
Normally
that
she has a
makes-
harder time killing this than some of the other shots.
This is
Yeah.
very, very rough sometimes, especially.
Something
if
that's
we-
not...
Oh!
No.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, so that's the thing
Don't
that can
die
happen
thrice,
often. Then
or a
desires is
second
this
time.
power problem where if you die, you lose a whole. Oh my god, you lose a whole like chunk of power. You go down to 3.
Yeah, you
and 2
lose one full
immediately.
power point on death in this game.
Yeah, TD power loss is like UFOs, and it's kind of rough. Also, I'm very sorry, I haven't been able to find the image I was looking for. However, I went on Google Image and typed Touhou Radish, and the first image was
Oh,
the
we got
first
the boiled
image.
pizza.
The
No.
first image was a picture of
No.
Tojiko from the Touhou
Don't
wiki.
remind me of that, please.
Oh man,
It's me right in the heart.
boiled pizza World Cup.
Boiled pizza World Cup.
We need a bonus match at the end of TWC. Who can boil the best pizza? Alright, 1 big power from that spell, luckily, which is very
Yes.
generous of Zun.
Yeah.
I find the big power still a very interesting phenomenon. The huge P sprites, just
Much
I
bigger
don't
than they
know.
used to be
yeah.
in previous games, for whatever reason. Now,
like, how
Baby
does Rainbow even
CC,
pick
as
that
everybody
up?
calls this,
Yeah, baby GT.
or GT. Yeah.
GT at home or Baby GT, depends on you. People got mad at me calling this Baby GT, so now I call it GT at home.
The squeeze.
Bleh.
That's not. Oh,
Not
it
the
works.
best place to move, going right in the corner for that either.
If it works, I guess. So the spinny spell.
Oh, perfect. Someone sent the image I was looking for. I can send it to George.
Perfect. Shout out to the Yatsuzume LNM phase run he lost to the spinny spell.
No, he did?
Oh
Oh
man.
shit, no!
What the hell?
No.
No, it's going downhill!
That was a nurse death for sure.
Still opting to
Alright.
go through it though. Now there's 3 miss.
Better to get a run in than DNF at least.
Especially when you're this far in, I suppose, yeah.
takes so little time to finish it.
At the same time, there doesn't leave you much room for deaths on Miko.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You could very well just get 0 score if you just get too careless.
What is the maximum amount of deaths we allow? 5?
5 deaths, yeah, the usual.
I still have 2 miss leeway. And SGRN is also... Everyone is 1 miss, never mind! I was about to say SGRN is 1 miss, but Lens is still no miss pace, but no.
And going into stage 4 spam, actually.
Yeah? But I guess they want to see... I mean, it's Rainbow, so it should be fine though, but yeah.
Yeah, focusing down that left area is what you do there.
Very
and then just
important.
homing against the rest.
Yeah, nice cap.
Yeah, very clean.
It hurts. I know it's optimal, but always seeing the fairy trains killed just...
Yeah,
hurts.
it really pains the soul.
Even as a survival player, it pains me, dude.
Yeah, all the resources, all the score,
I know.
all gone. Even these, the
At least when you're
fairy
scoring, you're
trains.
trancing through this, so you just don't have to worry about the bullets they fire.
Yeah.
It hurts even more as a score player. You don't say. Alright, time
Miko.
for Miko.
Hatsune
I gotta
Miko.
force my brain to end with an O. Like I had to force my brain there.
Oh, I lost element base to non. No! Well, yeah, that happened to me one time on element
For all
base.
3 of our non-spells, they can kind of blend into the background slightly, so that's not completely unheard of.
Yeah, and they have the moth thing where they take some time to cancel out, so you
Yeah, it's like a
done.
canceling way that spreads out from the boss.
Yeah, it's really
Just-
annoying mechanic.
Just LNN the rest of the fight. You can LNN Hatsune Miko. It should be fine.
Oh, the 3
Yeah,
power is
space,
so
they
tough
died
to...
to the death wave on the first non, basically.
Don't die to non 2, please. Ew!
Okay, that's fine.
I hate that non. I hate that non too.
Oh, I love it. I find dodging the non very fun.
Do you need to talk, perhaps, Kodo? Like, I'm here if you need help, right?
Might need some therapy.
You
Stockholm
do.
syndrome for TD.
I have the 10 desire syndrome.
Yeah, I love the Miko fight, man. I do. I don't need
I
help.
swear I do. Why are you looking at me? Why are you coughing me?
Why am I in this big white room with nothing in it? So non 3.
I hate. This
non
is the worst
3.
non she has.
There are places where I can not feel as
This
dense
is
as
not
the
looking
second
good,
non,
this is
but
not
they also
looking good.
cross in much weirder ways too. You can see
The
some
main
of them
thing
going
that
like
makes
almost
non 3
horizontally.
easier is that Miko always moves back to the middle after the first wave, so you can guaranteed kill her if you don't get a super stupid wave
Like
blocking.
here's
you from going to the
here's a
middle.
little trick with the third spell. You can lure off screen to cancel out the arrowheads. Basically make
Yeah.
them
It's just
despawn.
like get
You just
Fudo off
deny
screen.
Futo, yeah. Poor Futo.
It's like fuck off Fudo.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Get a better pattern.
Even when you're not doing that particular approach, it's usually not too bad to do this spell, just luring the two mid bosses up every time. Basically.
Yeah, the main power of
playtime's
getting her off
over.
the screen is just that you can damage
fewer
Miko so much
bullets
easier.
overall.
Oh no,
Yeah,
playtime's
that's
over.
true.
Whatever shall we do?
I do find it funny that Futo just doesn't spawn any bullets when she's off screen.
What I found very funny is like,
Imagine if
can
you could just
not,
despawn
like,
Puto entirely that way.
That'd
just
be
like you could with the
beautiful.
bullets.
Oh my, imagine she's gone.
It would be hilarious if that same mechanic just applied to the bosses and not just bullets.
Just win by luring the boss off screen. Her Katia fight would be the easiest ever because she just moves off screen on her own.
Right?
Acacia just honestly, Acacia just want to leave. You can see it. She just wants to leave.
Oh, I find Goose Flash still so terrifying, man.
The fast pace doesn't help with
Yeah,
that.
and these bullets are
Plus the-
so big.
I guess big on pace. I can see this spell being intimidating at least.
It is.
Yes, but now here's the big one. Honor the avoidance of defiance.
Alright, Defiance. Now watch
Yes.
as they cap Defiance
Yeah, you can see all these
because they die
lasers.
to like something.
Notice
stupid.
how they're very unevenly spaced compared to each other, but the thing is, the orientation of each set of 3 wheels is randomly decided, so if the game just decides it, it can spawn like really tight lasers right by you and you just have
Yeah.
to deal with it.
You can
So
get
far
small
it's a
gaps.
very
and
nice
that's
Defiance.
Horrible.
Never mind.
no.
Yeah, that's also kind of
Defiance.
typical for something like this. Even the amulets are always dense no matter which way you go. And that's why you kind of have to pray for good laser RNG, so you have the most space that you can use to dodge the amulets.
You can also kind of move out of the gap you're in because the lasers spawn, like the next wave of lasers all spawn with like a bit of a delay, but it's very risky. You can escape the small gap.
Okay, they can still get 0.25 points.
That's something at least.
I believe 5-piece frame is 0.25 at least, I believe.
I think
Let
you're
me
right.
check.
No, wait, Yomu is 0.25, right? So Rinmu would be
let
a
me
bit
check,
higher.
It's 0.28.
Okay, yeah.
Very specific number. Due to rounding, it sounds like.
It's
Also,
probably like
look at just
0.28,
time this
25,
cancel
something.
here, so she goes to the last phase. Lure those up, and then lure everything else to the top, and then slowly stream down.
Streaming very quickly, going for a restream? Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. If you did to see a gap there, take the chance with it.
Yeah, it saves you a lot of worry when you reach the bottom of the screen.
Alright, so that's our first completed run of the day.
Yeah.
No, it's not completed just yet. There we go, now it's completed. Yo, Clown Bees!
Alright, we have SG on a 1 miss base into probably Futo. No, we
Yeah.
just spam first.
We have the ending. Yeah, we haven't really talked about it, but yeah, like the ending of stage 5. The final fairy spam can get very nasty.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest
Yeah.
parts of the game for sure.
For like stage sections, yeah.
For Yomu, it's free.
It's a bit of a knowledge check, because
Yeah.
you basically have to know that the fairies all move down to the bottom left, even the ones on the right. So after killing the big fairy in the middle, you just stay on the right side and you have more space
there
to
we go.
dodge there.
You
If you
got
go
this,
to the
buddy.
left, it's so much harder.
Woo!
Ooh,
Yes.
nice dodge.
Okay, okay. Gamer.
Nice. Some issues on the scoring
Oh
overlay.
yeah, actually, yeah. The results
Should
were
be for
added
Piero,
to
not
SG
SGRN.
instead of Piero. Also, wait, I was wrong. It's not 0.28. It's 0.281.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, I
So
should
here's
have remembered that.
something that's not particularly obvious with Fido's first spells. You can actually lure her up to stay on the top of the screen, and that gives you a lot more room to dodge the stuff below.
Yeah, if you
you-
yourself are high up when she starts to move again, she will also move up, which is very important.
That's
Because otherwise she'll just move.
If you're trying
like,
to
the half
follow,
of the screen.
you're trying to follow her around to get damage in, you'll notice that the bullets kind of crisscross right on top of you, though. That's why you want to
Yeah.
keep her high up so that you have the most room to dodge those. If you're really trying to speed kill the
Totally.
thing.
Chat overlay got replaced, by the way.
Why am I getting replaced by a scoreboard?
Oh wait,
Why
we're
is chat
gone.
getting replaced by a scoreboard?
SMH.
Don't forget the chat.
All the
SMH.
people are taken out of TWC. It's just score now.
Yeah, this run is brought to you by the score table.
Awesome. My favorite commentator.
Me too, dude. Me too. He knows so much about numbers.
He knows exactly which characters to play when. What a genius. Alright, more
Alright,
baby,
baby
GT.
GT.
Everyone calls it GT. I always thought the bullet behavior felt more similar to complete clarification, but I can
Yeah,
definitely see
but
the
because it's
resemblance either way.
vertical, it's GT.
Yeah. And GT is easier
Or even
to
rated
say.
treasure gun. It's like all three of those can work for a description.
Baby
Yeah,
show.
And the commentators turned into a scoreboard. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh man.
You know, can I just say one thing that's been bothering with the layout? Instead of current, it says cur. I know it says current. I know cur means current, but just saying cur annoys me.
No, again?
Ooh,
Again?
What is going on with this spell?
that's definitely unusual to see.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess like
very
themselves out trying to
unusual.
slip past an amulet.
Since when does like this spell get hand?
That's
You just
very
had to
interesting.
mention. You just had to mention. Yeah, holy cur.
I mean, the curse stands for curry actually because George was hungry.
It stands for cursed.
Cursed instead of curved.
Cursed. Oh man.
Yeah, cursed.
It only takes one letter change, so.
True. It would appear that SG has like Yukuri commentary.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It's like is someone's sister like in the room next to him or something? What's going on? It's
I'm not
just,
sure I can hear that, but
it's just the Yukari.
I mean, maybe it's not, I don't know, it just sounded to it like me. Like, I don't
No,
know.
I think you're right. What a banger, by the way.
Stage
This?
6 song, yeah.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
The iPhone 65. No, that's the wrong band.
You know what? Fine, I'm gonna ruin this stage for you all. If you look closely, you can actually see that the background is just a cylinder rotating, and you can actually tell how far the texture is.
No, no, stop.
So
Don't
you
do
can
that to
see
me.
the
We're not
texture
gonna be
is
able to
very
unsee
close
it
to
now.
you, and it's just a cylinder rotating. And now this background is ruined.
Why would you do that?
Because you said this song was good. Alright, let's go.
More Miko. No weird goofs on one this time.
Hopefully this time you don't die to smell one either.
Shut up! It was a hard wave, okay?
It's fine. At least, you know what, I will say, at least dying to Miko Spell 1 is like better than dying to the OSD Stage 6 opener.
That's true.
I was expecting
on
George
two.
to unmute himself just to tell me to shut up, but I guess not. Alright, Sunspell.
Ooh, interesting gap choice there. Very close to the sun from the last wave.
Yeah.
Generally something you want to avoid.
Flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, wow.
I'm here with the Greek references, buddy.
Yeah.
TWC is an educational program.
Oh man.
Ikaru SGRN. Ew! This done blows! I'm sorry, but this done blows!
No, but the dodges. Why did he go there? Oh well. It worked.
I mean, yeah. Still, the Atomis would be a very big,
Yeah, that's a step up.
yeah. It's a very big improvement compared to, like, the other run on the scoreboard, which is like a 5 minutes. So, we'll see. We still have Defiance to go through, but, like, hopefully, at worst, it's gonna be like, what, a 3 miss?
Yeah.
Taking a while to kill
Ooh,
this spell, though.
Oh.
Yeah, that third spell is a bit of a damage race, which is why that's like the only downside for having to lure Futo off the screen is that you don't always get damage in on Miko,
Yeah.
especially if she moves the other
Well,
way.
I still stand by the fact it's gonna be at worst a 3 miss! We'll see how
And that's like
Defiance
the one
goes.
benefit of just, luring the arrowheads up.
I mean, we are seeing a
just throwing
3-power
Futo off
Defiance,
screen.
right?
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah, that's
no.
not the best spot for that spell
Performance
either.
now!
You have a lot of time to read like where the open gaps are, so you don't want to
That's
catch
a
yourself
Oh,
in a
this
good
is train
spot.
wreck. This is so
They
tragic.
hope they can collect themselves mentally here.
I
Because they got some of the
destroyed this
hardest
round
stuff up
just by
coming here.
speaking. No!
Goose
Yeah,
Flesh
this
on
is-
less than full power too.
3-power Defiance is gonna happen.
Well, just don't die again, please.
Oh,
that would be
this,
very
I
sad.
like
Does
this
she
for
drop a
Goose
full
Flesh.
power item after Goose Flesh? I always forget that. I know
Yeah,
she does
she
that in
does.
Defiance.
Oh, wait, maybe you're right, actually. I might have misremembered. Might be a 2-power Defiance. Which is, yeah, that's probably gonna be a
Yeah.
forced timeout on Defiance, actually.
Alright, well, we'll see.
Just pray for
Honestly,
good laser RNG.
I want
This
to, I want
isn't
to be
too bad, I
hopeful.
guess.
It's gonna be a capture. I want to be hopeful. It's gonna be a cap.
The problem is you gotta do this at least 3 or 4 times, especially at 2 power.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, definitely just keeping them
They're
away
getting
from Miko. That's
pushed,
not
They're
yeah,
getting good
that's
laser
not what you
RNG
want
at
to see.
least.
Yes, like they're getting pushed, but so far it's never
Oh,
mind.
Okay, it worked.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
they
it's not
definitely
that.
need to push
No, I don't
there
think
to get back to the left.
Yeah, dude, they're fighting. They're fighting. Yo,
Just use that homing at this point. You got a lot of room
now
on
they're
this
getting
side.
pushed away.
come on, that's gonna be a cap. Come on, come on.
That's like the biggest space you can hope for at that point.
Okay,
Nice.
very
Same here.
good. Get back in the center, and that's a cap.
Miko just that's probably very good of them.
Nice.
Very good.
Dude, they were fighting on.
Let's hope they know how to do 3-power final, though. Because the route changes
surely.
a bit.
Surely.
Even at full power, it's like you still want to stop shooting to time the last cancel. So
3.96, very nice.
all you need to do is watch the health bar. It doesn't really matter what power you have, just based off
But
that.
another worst part, they are exactly one power, or like one small power square away from full power. Because
Yeah.
it's like a single power item is 0.5.
It's so evil.
They
Isn't
are
it point-
literally
isn't it point one from UFO
fucking
on?
square away from full power.
It's 0.01, I think, starting from UFO.
Is it 0.01?
Yes. Hence why there's a lot more power items on screen all the time in these kinds of games.
I thought it was 0.5. I could have sworn it was.
Ooh.
SA was the last game to have that.
Oh, right. I'm SA pilled. I forgot about that.
Yeah, doing a lot of restreams on this last wave, though.
Okay.
Still good cap.
But
Still good
still
cap.
managing it.
Yeah? Full power!
So,
GG.
GG,
the
Matt's
reward
balls at
for
least.
clearing with the 5 minutes. Get back to full power.
That's a cute Raymu.
ここですよ。そうだ、初めて見た。
Okay, that was not a Yukari. Alright.
Back, in
Back into the
stage 3.
cemetery we go! Oh yeah, that's just Raymu in stage, that's Raymu in
Stage
stage 6.
yeah.
That's Raymu in the cylinder!
Someone get her out.
Someone get her out!
I
Someone
beat
remove
Miko.
the lid!
I beat Miko. Now how do I get out of here?
She's like, dude, she closed the lid, what do I do?
Probably getting dizzy while it's spinning. While it's
Yeah.
rotating with the cylinder.
Help a girl out! Alright, Kogasa time again. You know, I like Kogasa. I don't know if it's Stockholm Syndrome for me playing UFO, but I like Kogasa. I like seeing her.
Always been one of my favorite characters overall.
I don't know, I find her way too scary, personally.
I used to not like her, then I used to hate her, then I used to have PTSD, and now I like her. The evolution. Alright, and we go again. So far we have 2, like, 5 misses, which is very unexpected. Because Teen is
Lot of
one
room
of
for
those games where
improvement.
Teen is one of those games where I'm naturally expecting lots of good paces into stage 6. Or into the late game, because again, the game is supposed to be rather consistent. Not
Supposed.
A couple
rather,
things in
yeah.
stage 4, I guess, could trip you up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but like...
just low miss in general into the late game.
Did they
That's
die?
true.
Like, did she die? Like, I'm confused. Did they die? Or did I miss a death?
Yeah, it's interesting. Lots of resets for, I don't know, unknown reasons.
Yeah, just like lots of pauses for unknown reasons.
Ah, the Yoshikanon one.
Well, you know what? At least this one, it's not an unknown reason.
Yeah.
This is a very known reason.
Yeah, but you just trap yourself in the corner on something like that.
Dude, I still can't believe this one went from like 2 miss to like a 5.
It's so tragic.
Man, if only someone shut up instead of talking at that time.
Joker.
You know,
doing
by the way,
the,
though, yeah, remember when like SGRN was wrongfully given a 5 miss? Well, as it turns out,
They were just seeing the future.
exactly. As it turns out, Word Feed is just like omnipotent.
They're broadcasting from the future.
Yeah. It was a prophecy.
Doctor Strange on the TWC World feed.
I don't know what Doctor Strange is, I'm sorry.
He's like a doctor, but kind of strange.
You don't say.
I never would have guessed.
Wow. Okay, but then Doctor Who, is he the Doctor? We don't know who the fuck that is?
I don't know that guy. I was like, who?
I don't know, literally who?
I'm sure this joke has been done before, but it's formulated as a question. Doctor Who?
Himkoto, say the
It's-
line. I don't know the line.
What do you mean the line? Why
What's
do
the
you
line?
have a line?
Do I have a catchphrase? Oh, am I supposed? Oh, I'm supposed to talk about the little goblins in the back.
Huh?
Yeah, I guess our little goblins also have telepathic powers or something.
Oh yeah, we called the word feed the goblins, right? I forgot about that.
Very, very nice term, and totally not.
I mean, what, would you prefer we call them the Santa helpers?
The elves. Oh man, that's just mean. They're doing way harder work than us, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah. Our guys just say stupid things.
We're the elite commentators.
Exactly. I mean, remember, even on counter, you gotta be the top of the top.
That's true.
You gotta be, as we say in French, le creme de la creme.
Oh man.
Alright, in any case, my favorite stage 3. 30 minutes left
everyone
and
just
not
wants to live in a lovely cemetery.
I mean, you know what? I guess the two previous runs did ended up in a lovely cemetery, am I right?
I mean, I would love to be buried underneath a, I don't know, what is it? Like a cylinder on a box? Interesting gravestones.
In a spinning cylinder.
Buried under a Buddhist temple in this case.
Yeah.
Spinning Buddhist temple, please.
A flying Buddhist temple.
That too.
Can we get a Buddhism versus Taoism poll?
No.
It would be spark some religious debate.
The shining spinny cylinder that flies
We have to wait until the HM category.
Oh god,
and
HM
TWC for that kind of debate.
Kagasa time again. Again, Kagasa, yeah, it's just like, it's a pretty easy boss, but I don't know, the spell scared me for a while. But yeah, you mentioned that it was fun. Yeah. I mean, you know what, Fang?
Yeah, it's just naturally tight. That's why I suggest using friction for more precision. But also trying to follow Kogasa around through all that is probably the scariest part. You just need to know like when she's gonna move.
Yeah.
Also, remember this rumor that was existing for a while about supposedly Yomu having the smallest hitbox in TD?
Yeah, I do remember hearing about that, but...
There was a rumor going on for a long time in the community that's like, actually, Zun messed up and he gave Yomu the smallest hitbox, but it was debunked.
Definitely must have been like placebo effect from players or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it also says something about it in the, like, in our description, right? It's kinda, I don't know, the hitbox are kinda weird in this game, Zun just kinda did whatever.
They are weird, yeah.
No, we're still in the era of Rainbow actually having the smallest hitbox.
I think it says something like, if Yomu is focusing, she gets a smaller hitbox or something, but it's just a lie. Like, there's something like that in the...
I don't remember. I mean, Zun is no stranger to lying, alright? Look at the essay of Rainbow. Look at essay Rainbow B.
Oh, man.
Actually, no, that's... No, actually, no, because... Wait, no, I misremember. In essay, the shot description says, shots that aims a little at the enemy.
So he wasn't lying then, yeah.
No,
True! I misremember, sorry. Shot that aims a little.
Yeah, so Lance is doing like the proper strategy for Yoshika's first spell here, is where you just like stream down at the start,
then
stop shooting to restream, and then go back under Yoshika.
Doing a very small restream though, that was kind of tight.
This restream was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There are really a lot of bullets, especially because you're not killing any of the wisps to stop them from spawning in the first place. But they're pretty slow, so it's kind of easy to slip through them regardless.
These bullets are always very big though, those circles, like the standard bullets. Alright.
They're trying to focus Yoshika down on that non-spell there.
Back into poison murder. And then they poison murdered all. Oh no.
Yep, they did!
Yeah.
You know, I keep thinking this spell has a save spot, but that's because of the ISC version. Like, in ISC, this spell just has, like, a save spot. And whenever I see that spell, my brain always goes like, oh yeah, you can save spot. I'm like, no you can't.
Piero's still doing this non-spell inside the barrier. They must be pretty confident in their ability to memorize their way through it.
I was not expecting TD early game, of all things, to get the players stuck. Like, again, this early game is supposed to be consistent to a pretty decent degree.
Yeah, it's mostly just, what is it? Kogasa No, sorry. Kyoko final and Yoshika second spell. And some
Yeah.
Yoshika nons, I guess.
That is very unexpected. I was low-key, by this time, I was expecting like, maybe a 1 miss or an LNN already. Or at least like a 2 or like 1 or 2 miss. And several others like very good paces into stage 5. Not everyone getting bullied by the game, by the early game. But I guess it goes to show just how inconsistent Touhou games are, even when you've really mastered them. Like,
That's true.
It goes back to what I said at the start. We've been spoiled, people. We've been spoiled.
It's just the qualifiers, and maybe in the main event we'll see 18 LNNs.
18. Goddamn.
Yeah. I'm calling it now. Place your bets, people.
I'm not gonna follow you on that one. Sorry, buddy.
Lost all my money in the TWC bets.
There is 20 NN. Oh no.
Drop that circle there, yeah. If you notice, the trick for this last spell is you want to lure those bubbles that are capturing the arrowheads to the opposite corner each time, but you still have to deal with the arrowheads spreading out, like, in between each of those waves.
My 10 desires are 10 LNNs.
Damn. See, my desires were simpler. I just wanted a good match.
That's beautiful.
I know.
But what are you gonna do with your other 9 desires?
Money?
10 good matches.
Money, fair. The economy is cooked.
Then imagine I got like $10 per Jinx.
That'd be sick.
I'd
You'd
be
rich.
loaded. I'd be fucking loaded by now.
Richest man on earth. French entrepreneur makes money by ruining other people's lives.
I wanted to make a joke, but like, let's not get into that.
Alright, you're right. Let's get back to TD.
Yeah.
Wow, look at these bullets in stage 3.
Yeah.
Another
Look at
pause.
this. Wait, I just realized you say, look at this bullet, and my dumb was like, yeah? And then I just processed what you said. I'm like, why did I agree to that?
Yeah, I'm just spitting facts, man. I'm just talking.
True.
See,
You're
Bullets in
blending
my
nicely
solo
with the
game.
background here.
SG
You
is like
can't go
pausing
wrong
it.
with Kogasa's rainbow patterns.
they're beautiful.
I found the infinite money glitch. IRL. I should have like a favor page. I will jinx anyone you pay me for.
New Black Mirror episode, and it's just like a world in which Gastari gets money for jinxing people. Oh man.
Yeah, pretty much. Me, whenever I jinx anyone into the least. You know what the worst part is? We've had
Clean
the
cap of that
Tojiko
mid-spell
Radish. We've had the Tojiko Radish image ready to go ever since we talked about it, but nobody made it back to stage 5 since then.
No.
So we haven't been able to show it, but it's been ready this
Please,
whole time.
players, get the Tojiko for chat's sake.
Yeah, for chess sake.
They
They got
need to
22
see.
minutes left to do it.
Yeah. Tojiko more like a no-Chico.
Alright, back to Joshika.
Joshika. Oh, Joshika, bro, we're leaving the cemetery. Alright. Look at all those kunais.
And I noticed that Piero is very fond of dodging far into the corner on the Joshika nons.
But she's trying to focus damage, that's why.
Yeah. Okay, good
Again,
news though, we
going for
have
the
both,
wisps killing strategy on this.
we have SG approaching Yoshika as well, so with a bit of luck we might get double like stage 4.
Yeah, SG tends to do Kogasa's mid-spell a lot higher in the screen than a lot of other players do, what I've seen. It's their way of navigating the lanes.
There's so many bullets on non too. It's Kinda
Like, again,
ridiculous.
Yoshika and Nons are
Yeah,
just
it's
so
like a double dose of the same pattern.
like they really are just very dense, which can lead, as we mentioned earlier in the match, to sometimes like spooky moments.
Yeah. Counterbalanced by lots of downtime between waves, though.
Yeah. God, imagine if like, oh, nice dodge in there. This spell can get
Using
uncomfortable.
any space they can, including going higher up.
Yeah.
As long as you're reading where the kunai go to cross as far ahead of time as you can. That's the trick there.
I just wanted cyan and red is not a good color combination.
Compared to everything else you've seen in this stage, I would say, yeah, it sticks out a
Yeah.
bit more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Staying
still
to
that
the
the
side
Yoshika,
here.
man.
A bit high up, though, that this is where I would say you might have a bullet spawn on top of you.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It's still very rare to see that happen, but like if you really
See, this is because we talked shit about the notch.
too much shit about the nons, all of them.
Instant reset too.
Yoshika was like, you don't like my non? Okay. Well, then back to,
I mean, it wasn't because a bullet spawned on top of them; they just moved into one.
yeah, no, they wanted to like go in the middle to finish it off, and then they didn't finish it off in time, bullets clogged up, and they just couldn't make it on.
Oh man.
Oh, dude.
It's, I mean, there's still 90 minutes left. We could
There's
still get 3
19,
eliminates.
I heard 90.
今みたいに変なことしなきゃいけない
What's the talking happening?
Don't underestimate Yoshika. Is the thing.
I mean, yeah. This is the first time I see players struggling so much with TD, actually. No, that's not true. Like, that's not true, actually. Like, we've had that kind of things in the past happening. And then, like, the underdog pulled the final run magic, so...
So has the TD timer, like our match time, has that stayed the same over the years?
You would have to
what is
show
it?
me like the stats on that.
I don't recall, actually. Okay, so it has changed a little bit.
Ah, okay.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm not sure about TD.
It's like as she's
Going for a cap, going
this
for a
time.
cap,
So now
going for a cap!
yes, so now we get to talk about Score Desire Eater.
Now I get to talk about
As long as the stream decides
buffer.
to load.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, it's back.
Yeah. As
on,
you can
cap
see,
it,
you have
cap
to
it.
aggressively move
Ooh,
through the
nice.
kunai, and then slip through the lanes of lasers. The problem is the lasers actually get more tightly spaced over time. So what you want to do is actually pick the lane that's most vertical, so that you're just not angling yourself right into a laser by mistake. Because even for Rainbow, this gets really tight.
Come on. Okay, that's a cap, that's a cap.
You can see them like tapping their way through the laser lanes.
Yep, and there
Very
we go!
nice capture.
Base!
Yes.
The first cap of SD this match! Yeah.
And that could definitely be a tiebreaker down the road too, going for that. So
Yeah, since we are
Yeah.
still even right now, so it doesn't
Let me
matter a lot
look
at
at
this
the,
point.
let's see, because Reimu with the bonus, beats Reimu without the bonus. I mean, she beats, like, Reimu.
obviously she does.
Wow.
Yeah. But, like, oh, okay, no, not to that extent. But
With all the
Atumis
players
almost
playing
beats
as
the one
Reimu,
miss.
though, the idea is you get a tiebreaker in case someone else gets the same number of misses, but
Yeah.
doesn't capture Score Desire Eater.
No, but Chad, what I meant is that, like, I was wondering if, like, a 2 miss would be a 1 miss, but no. Not that far, though. A Reimu plus 2
Yeah,
miss is like
you
3,
don't get,
a
like, double
Reimu
points
1
for a
miss is
cap, it's just-
4.5.
Yeah, it's like a 1/3 bonus to your
Alright,
points,
the
basically.
Sega bullshit non.
Yeah.
I'm just...
They just instantly spawn right on
Hopefully-
top of you, and you got multiple formations spawning at the same time. Every other wave, it's just really nasty to your reflexes.
Yeah, also the boot speeds are so inconsistent. They're like all different speeds. Whoa, jump scare.
Like, this should be illegal to spawn bullets this close to the player. Alright, so according to the George in my head, the reset time has been the same for last year in TD.
Yeah, okay, so it's just always been this... It's like 75 minutes, I think.
Yeah?
Saw SG go through this Fairy Rush section earlier. Let's see if they can just get to repeat that.
No players develops condition can no longer look at bullets.
Already got kind of nasty at the beginning there, but made it through. Last big fairy.
Okay, looking
And
good.
another cap.
Yeah.
Okay, back into Sega.
Yep, Sega time.
Definitely, we want to be aggressive with those kunai just to get him out of the way.
Yeah. Especially in this non-spell one where bad Sega movement can prolong the non-spell quite a bit.
You don't get to see it in the previous runs, but the trick for this first spell here is that if you kill Yoshika, Sega revives her and spawns like a huge mess of bullets. So if Yoshika moves under Sega, you just want to stop shooting for a bit until they move away again.
Alright, very important message from chat, everyone. Bullet means bullet.
Wow.
You missed an amazing message, that's all.
Interesting non-2 strat. Like, still going for damage?
Exactly where they're staying here.
Or
The
just going for,
timing
like,
based on
score?
when Yoshika moves away from the side of the screen can be a little weird if you're not doing like horizontally compared to Sega. You're doing like a little bit of both here, horizontal on the left and down low on the right, which is not leaving them a lot of room for movement.
Okay, nice head
And we
sit
saw
from
this misdirection
Dongling.
strat earlier.
Yeah, that extra bit of damage and Yoshika moving a bit up is so important for the difficulty of the spell.
Yeah. One thing we can do though is you can time when you kill Yoshika, so it's just after when Sega moves, and she won't move to revive Yoshika again until after she finishes that little wave. Didn't quite do it on the first wave though. She kind of got like the speed revive, so to speak. So trying to dodge everything here is a little fishy. And here's just looks like they're doing some macro luring here with the knives.
Yeah, it's
Just
generally
going
what
in
you
and out of
want
the
to
whole
do.
formation rather than staying in it the entire time.
Just macroing around the entire clump is so much easier than staying in and microing all these big-ass knives.
But it's fun.
And of course you have to move out of the way of the smaller kunai too,
Yeah.
every once in a while.
It's fun to do,
So,
but
so it's
also
gonna
like
be needed.
in
some
PAX,
point.
I can see why you would not. Because why would you take unnecessary
Also
risk
interesting,
in
if you
PAX?
accidentally kill Yoshika on this pattern, Sega goes nuts.
With the knives, yeah.
Yeah. She becomes a impossible spell card
Oh, wow.
all of a sudden.
But yeah. Like, the funny thing about Tongling as well, like, if you don't kill it in time, it becomes like a
Oh yeah, it
crazy hard
becomes
spell.
insane.
But yeah, because Sega starts firing knives a lot faster too if you don't
Yeah.
actually attack Yoshika.
Yeah, like, so like, you can try to time it out, it's hard. An easier way is also just like killing Tongling Yoshika without actually killing Yoshika ever.
We're LNN plus bonus into stage 5, which is very beautiful to see.
LNN plus? Okay, no,
You
we can't
alright?
find a good LNN plus. There we go.
Yes.
We're LNN plus into stage 5! Get the radish ready!
Yeah, prepare.
Okay, what if they actually get hit before we see Tojiko and like we still don't
Why are you saying stuff like that?
Because like there's no way they do. It's like the first half of the stage.
You're making it worse.
You're trying to do the opposite of Commentators' curse here.
Yeah.
Broadcaster's blessing.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Exactly. What if you don't want a good match? That was
Yeah,
all
by the way,
my
Gastari,
10 desires.
we've
All
decided
my 10 desires.
You're being voted out of the broadcast today.
No, I
Whatever,
was
yeah.
not the imposter. Don't eject me.
Alright, going into Radish.
Radish
Okay,
time.
radish time.
Finally.
There
we
it
go.
is. Oh wow.
There is a second one as well, which is like,
What a pose for that too.
Yeah.
there is another one that like you should use, George, as well. It's much better.
Someone is singing, I think SGRN is singing
the
with
stage
the with the stage theme. We have some people acting up for the radish, so to say, in chat. Interesting.
Damn, people are...
If people are liking the Tojiko radish a bit too much. It's still a radish, guys.
Go radish. Girl slay.
Oh man. God forbid a radish has hobbies.
So qualifying in this case means being the one person that wins the match, because this is a qualifier match. We already have 2 players that have been selected for the actual event. And in this case, the players who get the highest amount of points by the end of all of this is the one that's going to qualify.
And then they get to play this again later on during the
Yeah, the actual
event.
match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing the strat where you delay killing. Oh no! This is where you delay killing the last fairy before the last middle fairy before the spam starts. Because there's a weird Zune code thingy where if you kill those 6 fairies that come from the top, sometimes spam can activate earlier than normal.
Why do we have 2 screen
Oh yeah, the timing of it all?
Yeah.
Collecting themselves after that miss, I bet.
Yeah, they're screaming into a pillow right now,
Do we
probably.
have 2 screens that are just the pause menu? There we go.
Touhou Pause Cup.
Don't pause cup! Oh no.
Yeah, R24 knows what I'm talking about. It's a very horrible Zune code thingy.
Boat!
Trying to keep her up here.
Oh no!
Rush that, wow.
This is
Oh my
nerfs, I
God.
That is really unfortunate. It's not what you want to see.
think. 2 power boat now. This might be another hit too, probably.
No, they're not
This is
dying
not-
twice, so
If you
there's
want to
no
avoid
way.
where everything is crossing, you can just stay closer to the middle.
That's true.
You might have to at this point because she's moving really down
Nice,
low.
nice.
Okay. These nons though, let's go.
Just microing the very ends of these lanes because they are way too steeply inclined.
Yeah, normally I tend to just like unfocus through the end of the waves.
Yeah.
Because they're so
But
steep.
obviously, you can do it, but I think it's just simpler to micro through the end, especially if you want to get damage in.
That's true, it gets more damage.
Yeah.
You treat it basically like the opposite of the third non. Where instead of micro at the beginning, you micro at the end.
Yeah. This will be a TD match in 1983, I don't even know what that means.
Alright.
Alright, more baby GT.
again.
Oh!
Okay, this time
Interesting.
it did behave like GT a little bit.
Yeah, that was not nice.
It does feel like you're doing a little bit of reacting here to everything that's going on, as opposed to.
I
reading
refuse to
beforehand.
believe the spell
Oh.
does not.
Yeah,
Stay
this
cool.
spell gets evil, man. Ooh. Okay, nice
Dude,
cap, very
isn't
nice
it
cap.
nice? I'm convinced
Now,
the game can hear us and was like,
I don't
No.
want to see another death
Please,
on
so
this.
let's at least see a cap of this last
Sync?
spell.
Hold on! Lance and Piero are in sync, what?
Oh, you're right.
Might as well be, yeah.
They're 1 second, are they 1 second off or are they exactly like, they're
Well,
not
the
even a
waves
second
are in
off?
sync. That's what it is.
No, they're like slightly, in one, no,
Oh, you're
one,
right.
rip the
Yeah,
sync.
it was just the waves of Poison Murder that were in sync, not necessarily the timer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, finally
Okay,
someone
just donate
getting
to
to see
this,
the last
please.
part of Pluto
Because
final.
no one kept this match. Okay, nice.
Very nice.
Not being at full power
Thomas?
makes it last even longer too, but
Yeah.
it's still not that long to go through that ending section.
Why is everyone so heavy on the pausing this match? Do they not realize we have a reset timer?
I mean, it's just a timer. It doesn't per se have to be only for resets. Could be called the pause timer next game.
Well,
Is there a chance though if they keep doing this, they may not finish the run before the timer runs out? If they want to get another run in.
I guess.
Well
Well then,
6 minutes.
okay, let's, okay, we need some
They'll have to hurry it up if
audios.
they want to make that decision.
Okay, we need audio, so, TD stage 4, my beloved. Only 6 minutes. Oh, only 6 minutes. Oh my god, yeah, actually only 6 minutes.
Yeah,
like I said,
it's
not much
going
time
fast.
left.
Pause to base the fucking word feed only to pause again!
Okay, very in sync stage 4,
Bro!
that's interesting.
Now I'm wondering if they actually are in cahoots with this, syncing everything up.
Alright.
I'm driving my desire, so true.
Yeah, so true, so true! They are sort of synced again, yeah?
It's like 1 millisecond off.
Close enough, yeah.
Maybe not 1 millisecond, but it's close.
I mean, they, okay, well, we had a buffer, but yeah. Oh, let's go!
Okay, there they go. Finally.
Alright, stage 6.
No, wait for another pause, you're not ready for that one.
Oh,
If they do that again, though, they really won't be able to finish this run before the timer runs out.
double Sega Midnon here.
ちょっと待って。
Oh my god,
Can
I
we get a
jinxed the
double
pause,
count?
I hate myself!
I'm gonna need an instant replay for these, because this is too much to handle. Oh no!
Time to say a minute.
Yes, on Piero's end, but Lance made it through.
Bro.
難しくなってきたな、これ。
Just you wait for the fourth pause right before Bingo. Oh god.
Doing a very long.
Alright, so Lens on spam
down.
here.
難しいね、これ。
Really wanted to make sure they bypass the post-mid-boss stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
As in, really make sure of it.
I think it's guaranteed after like 18 seconds left on the timer.
I like how
yeah, that's a
Lens
pretty
does
good
this
time.
focus, whereas Piero did this on focus and like, oh wait. No, Piero is doing this on focus for the most, but all of it on focus actually, damn. It's
You want those
way
homing
less
amulets
dense.
to go off to the sides, so...
Yeah,
Very
yeah, just
important.
Lens was focusing way more and you could see it was way
Yeah.
denser as a
The
result.
only part you really would want to focus in is if you need precision, like in the moment, or if you're trying to kill that left big fairy. Focusing it down so it dies before it goes out of your range.
Alright.
At
Time
least
for
getting
Miko.
these big pink souls.
How quickly can they finish this, though? Debatable whether they can actually finish in time for another run.
They cannot finish. They
I was
don't
just
have
waiting for them to pause before starting.
There's too many
Miko again.
attacks, yeah.
Nah, no way. No, if they die to anything on the in Miko early, that's gonna be a reset 100%.
許さない。
We'll see. Just don't die to this one though.
Funny thing is, like, you can see she fires 8 of those Mentos, but 2 of them hit the side of the wall and don't spawn
Oh,
the
yeah.
columns of arrowheads,
Oh,
so...
I've never even noticed that. That's
Yeah,
so funny.
they're still like there. Yeah.
It's actually bugged and not as hard as it could be for a
That would
limited
be,
spell.
yeah, it would be way harder.
A lot more
Right on
interesting, I
two.
think, if it worked properly.
Why is less pausing now? Why is everyone pausing this match? We need a pausing rule. All right, let's
It's
go.
like 5 pauses per match, no more.
Dude, we could measure
get
this
zero-
match
0
in pauses
points for
per
more than
minute.
5
I swear to
pauses
God.
as well.
Per minute. Ooh, disgusting dodge there on the Suns, but it works out.
Yeah.
You really kind of just have to react to where the spaces are.
pause
They get
that
really low on the
space.
screen before they appear.
Okay, this number. Let's go. Me putting all jokes aside. Let's go.
Yeah, non-3 dies quickly if you go to the middle, luckily.
Speed
The
killing
shame like
definitely
going
helps.
in the middle is a pain.
If you try to focus down Miko here between waves.
Yeah.
As mentioned, this is a bit of a damage race.
It
No,
really
don't
is, but
focus-
You don't
Miko
want to
is
focus,
bad.
you don't want
not
to focus just on
cooperating.
luring Kuto off screen, otherwise you're going to get caught with nasty waves later.
And that's gonna be spooky. And that's gonna be spooky.
Well, at least you
Come
would
on,
At
don't
least
be
she's,
the first-
she's back on her right now. That's good.
Don't be the first death to that spell, please. No, we have already had one. Did we?
Yeah, we have one.
fewer rings
Oh, yeah,
there
we
at
did.
least.
Good capture. Non-4, the easiest non-spell for sure.
Oh yeah,
Playtime's
playtime's over.
And then she just throws a static knife spell at you. Or
I do
non-spell.
not like the way they're dodging it though, can I just say that?
If it works, it works. It's static, so it shouldn't
It
go
looks
wrong.
more intimidating than it is. good spot here.
Yeah, this goes down without troubles.
And
Nice.
once again, Reimu's homing helps with that too, so you damage her even as you're
Alright,
circling
30
around.
seconds left.
Going into
so,
the final gauntlets.
Alright, Goose Flash.
Nice strategy for Goose Flash. Oh no!
Too much dashing around, yeah.
Yeah, getting hit is a good strat, buddy, I guess. Thanks, Kodo.
It's a
Well,
good
if they want to
strategy.
reset, they
You
got 15
executed right.
seconds to decide it.
No, wait, reset. No.
They just got locked in with what is now a 3-miss run at
5,
best.
4, 3, 2, 1. Final run, everybody.
Oh,
If
this
you
is
gotta
scary.
die, please Lamau don't.
Please don't, yes.
Yeah, just don't Lamau. Alright?
Pray for good laser RNG on this, which they're getting
If
so
they
far.
die right now, it would be so sad. Oh!
That was a good dodge.
That was a really good dodge. They're locked in,
Yes.
dude. That's it. They're locked in.
A few more seconds here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Laser's behaving. Use homing if you have to.
Yeah, it's still good lasers.
Now they really do have to. They're pushing aside.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Ah!
Yeah, this cap's nice. Very good.
Very good, yeah, holy.
Just
Alright, so the
no fuck ups on NDS.
We have one run that's still Ellen in pace. One run that's still Ellen in pace. So the Ellen and Dream lives on.
That's true. That's true. Through lawns. Ooh, lots of micros on the knife non Sega.
Yeah?
Once again, focusing damage up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Here
keep in mind,
Here comes
SG
the
has
last
the bonus.
cancel on NDS.
No!
Oh no!
That's what it
no.
is. Alright, at the end too. Well, please don't die again, because that would be actually really, really unfortunate.
If you have to restream during this blue section, just do it frequently so you keep the Mentos as spaced out as possible.
Yeah.
They did still get an improvement in the end, 4-miss with the SDE bonus.
Yeah, 4
So
miss
a little
bonus.
extra points in case there's a tiebreaker later on.
Meanwhile, Lens is LNN into stage 5.
I think I managed to pull off the 4 miss, is it? I think.
Yeah, 4 miss bonus, yeah.
Yeah, 4-miss plus bonus.
And Piero is approaching the one, the only end section. Well,
Tragic.
yep. Okay. Well then,
Preemptive death somehow.
Yeah.
let's look at Lens instead. Okay, let's see how Fudo goes.
Because we still have to do both spell here to start out. That's going to be another critical
Both.
points of their
Reimu
chances.
has such a bad boat spell. It's very
Yeah.
annoying.
Just based on the kind of damage she does compared to the other
Yeah.
characters. That's the key. It's a little bit counterintuitive because you think like she does very good damage against bosses otherwise, but against this somehow it's not as effective.
Yeah, the other characters
Has
have
anyone-
great advantages against.
Has anyone
yeah.
capped boat spell this match?
Or sorry, the only having the both.
Well,
don't
now
think-
we know.
Well, yeah, we
Now
have.
they have.
Now we
Very good misdirection the whole time.
Yeah, that was a very good boat, yeah.
Radish spell.
Oh yeah, it's the radish again. Do you guys like radishes? They taste
I
good.
don't
I
really.
personally don't eat radishes.
Wow, okay, I'm the only radish enjoyer here, SMH.
I'm a picky eater anyway, so
Okay, wow.
that's just me.
I'm not very picky, but I just don't like radish. I don't know why. It just doesn't speak to me.
Okay.
Ooh, transition.
Transition! I mean, we didn't have the true transition yet.
No,
we,
true.
we had like a baby transition. For baby GT!
No way.
Transition!
Whoa, there it is. Thank you.
Let's go! We have acquired the power to transition at will. Or well, only when we
Homie
switch
coming in
scene, but
clutch
hey.
there. I wasn't able to move back under Futo.
Okay,
of the way the waves
five
on
spam.
Alright, Lance, come on!
Tough waves, but they
Some
managed.
bottom dodging
I
here,
saw
but they made
a
it
wall
work.
coming up, dude!
Yeah, dodging pretty low there.
Alright.
And now at full power, this ending section only lasts a few seconds as Reimu.
Yeah, okay, nice. Very, very
So,
okay.
so
Wait,
not like
Lance
you really
on
have to lock
boat.
in and focus.
The Ellen Dreams on boat.
She's moving
Well,
low
and
here
because,
though, so
Very low.
yes. So
Getting good
and
damage.
that's
and-
where
oh,
dodging in the middle is more
Come on.
beneficial.
Come on.
Because they
Come on.
don't crisscross nearly as much there.
Come on. Final run magic. Final run
Making it
magic.
take-
Come on. Come on. Okay,
And the-
boat has
Very
been
nice,
taken care
very
of.
nice.
And we have another
helps-
pause, which
Another fortunate thing is that you can still hit Futo, which is like right on the edge of the screen in between
Yeah.
waves. So you just
Alright,
sit up
let's
against
go.
the wall to damage her
Yeah.
some more.
You do
Yeah?
a lot of damage in those moments. That's the most important like parts of the spell.
I really want an Ellen.
Me too, man.
I believe in Lance. No pressure though, but I believe in Lance.
Oh man, not the blade spell.
Staying a lot lower on the screen. It's not advisable here. You want to
Yeah.
get past that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
spell death.
All things.
Oh, that's tragic. What?
Why were they
Oh,
so
yeah, what they're
low?
doing here is they're actually letting the trance run out or before they end the spell, so they collect the full power item right afterwards.
That's a very important thing to remember always.
Why? Yes, they lost space to plates. They were bottom hogging plates.
Oh man.
Huh? Nice dodge in there.
Yeah.
In that case, they're able to read where things are going ahead of time and plan their path through.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you never bottom hog plates, right?
Yeah, bottom hugging plates is
Not
that's where
really,
it gets
no.
way more dense.
Yeah, I mean, I showed here, yeah. I'm confused as to why they did
Again,
that.
just get everything past you as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I've always seen people, like, and that's the way I do it too. I just, if anything, I top hog more than anything.
Yeah, you want to be like on the middle of the screen basically.
Yeah, pretty
Exactly.
much. You shotgun the boss out all the time, almost, yeah. Middle slash top, yeah. Oh well, the One Piece Dream is still alive at least.
It would qualify them for the main event at this rate.
Yeah?
Yeah, we need a one miss Miko for Piero or a 2 miss Miko for Lance. Which is easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely. Like, a
But I
One Piece would
believe-
still be huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even outside of Defiance, there's some places Miko can trip you up. So,
Honestly,
maintaining this
Lance
pace
might
past
very
her.
well win this, yeah. I mean, I will say if Piero gets hit again, there's a high chance that Lance gets this one home, honestly.
Yeah, don't underestimate nerves.
Oh, I know. You could die to, like, Miko first spell.
Or Miko non
Or
4.
third non coming
Or
up.
Miko not 4.
The one miss Miko non 4 actually oh man.
Oh, no.
It still enrages
All these
me
players
to
have
this
shown they
day.
can dance at least, so hopefully they don't
Yeah,
mess up
true.
there.
They can at least dance. Chad, have I cursed a match by starting the stream by saying my desire is for a good match?
I mean the match is
As
still
one of
good.
your as one
I mean,
of
the
your 10
match is good, yeah,
desires
but
too.
what I was implying, I was just like, I want to see like elements everywhere, which of course is just I might have ruined it.
And maybe the PCB qualifier set the stakes a bit too high.
I mean, of course it did, buddy. Everything else, we're just joking at this point.
Miko staying to the right on third spell here. That's really lucky.
We got 3 elements, just
Able to
back
able
to
to end
back
this
two,
time
dude.
before.
That micro there, it
That
works
was
out.
such a clean
Maybe not
dance
the best
spell.
positioning for it, but they made it work.
Yeah, it was too
Able to speed
Has-
kill the attack well
hesitated
before the
too
fourth
much.
wave started, though.
Alright,
That was
playtime's
the important
over.
bit.
Oh,
almost pulled a Himkoto there. Oh, what happened on the
They
what
died
happened
on the
Lance's
first
stream?
spell.
the
Oh.
stream bugged, and then they pulled the Himkoto.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's what we say, like, these spells can crit roll you sometimes.
Yeah,
Even something like first
the
spell
thing is,
can
we
do
don't
that.
know what happened there because the stream froze, sadly.
TD
Don't know
just
if it
crit
was nerfs
rolls.
or a crit roll.
So now it really is a tie. Both players really
Yeah.
have extra incentives to not die anymore.
Just don't die again, please. I'm crossing my fingers.
A Goose Flash is terrifying when you're almost
Or
at the end of
actually,
your
for
run.
the sake of simplicity, one of you should get hit so we don't have a tiebreaker.
Are we rooting for Defiance to get bad RNG now somehow?
Nah. I mean, the way we deal with ties is whoever gets the run first. So technically, Piero would qualify.
Okay
I
then.
think that's a fair system.
It is a fair system, in my opinion. Yeah.
It does suck though if you're the player not getting
I mean,
the win.
yeah, but you know.
You're also getting
almost
some
good.
decent.
No, wait, darn it! Oh, that Defiance
Laser RNG was
ah.
fine, but the Amulet RNG was not.
Oh, the
Yeah.
amulets were out for blood, dude.
I think they also got thrown off by one of the lasers spawning on top of one that was there
Wait.
before, so it didn't disappear. It's a weird thing that can happen where the...
Wait, can Lance dance though?
They're not
Can
opting
they
for the,
Lance?
Not
the
using the
luring
Futo
strat here.
strat.
They're doing what I do. They
Wait,
go
what?
up on the second wave.
Huh?
This is similar to what I do.
Oh,
Well, this is. Oh
And they
my
just
god,
messed that
no,
up
they
too.
can't dance. Oh god, we're back to a tie again.
They're doing
Oh,
something a little bit
no.
too advanced.
This is why you misdirect Futo chat. Right, playtime's over for Lance. Why they put up hugging this? I don't like that.
oh, not the non-4 death!
Oh, but no!
I was looking away, and they did that too.
They were bottom hugging.
They didn't have
playtime's
trance, so it was
over,
just an instant
and they
death,
died.
Yeah.
This is why you don't bottom hug. Playtime's over.
They're calling it the Himkoto miss. Oh no.
The Himkoto
Alright.
miss. Dude, they pulled out 2 Himkoto misses this
And
run.
Piero pulls out the
Oh.
3 miss run at the very end to beat out
Yeah.
Lance.
That makes Piero the winner
Yeah,
of our
Piero
match, right?
is the qualifier. Yeah, Piero makes it in.
Congrats.
Yeah,
G.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, don't deny Lance's run yet. This is
I mean, we
going
still have to see how
into-
Defiance goes. I want to see a cool as fuck Defiance.
I want to
True.
see all 3 of these last attacks. Just no miss all of them.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna come on. Yeah.
That's 1 down.
Yep. All right.
Have we
three
seen
power
like really
Defiance?
truly bad RNG from Defiance yet though? I don't think
Not
we
yet,
have.
I think.
No, we haven't seen a truly god awful Defiance just yet.
We haven't even seen any small
And
gaps,
even
I
this
think.
is not too bad, admittedly.
So far, it's not the worst. Yeah, it's annoying,
There's
but
been
Not being
zero
constantly pushed to the side.
small gaps, which is...
oh, they
A
moved
little bit
into
too
that.
rushing too much through that, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like, they
the
thought they
amulet
saw
was
a
coming.
gap
You should have
and-
went around that, not through it. That's unfortunate. That's
That's
one
the
fucking
first small
amulet,
gap.
bro. That one amulet that was like, huh?
Can they at least finish?
I mean, of course they're. I mean, at least, yeah. Surely.
We've
Come
seen
on.
NDS deaths, so...
Yeah, but no, I
In
believe.
this very broadcast, no less.
Come on, I believe. Come on, chat. Joel with me. Send Lance your energy.
That
They
amulet that
can
I hate.
clear this.
One last cap to finish off
Come
the
on.
stream.
One final cap. You got this.
Not the best misdirect on this one though.
Ooh.
A bit
Yeah, that
scary.
got kind of tight up there.
All right. Okay.
That works.
That
And then
works. That
slowly
works.
stream
That
down
works.
from up here. Slowly as you can.
You should,
That's a quick stream.
that's not enough. Okay,
that
the
works.
restream at the
Okay.
end. Nice. Dude, I thought they were gonna comment, and I was like, they're dead. Okay, very nice clutch
Look for
restream at
any
the
gap you
end.
can, yep.
And they did not DNF. Let's go.
Yeah, 3 finished runs from all of our
Yeah,
qualifiers.
three
Good to
finished
see.
rounds. Absolutely.
Very well played.
Very
All the
well
players.
played, yeah. Damn, dude, TD got heads today. Holy, what happened?
This
TD
goes to
got
show you can
head.
never underestimate any of these games with survival categories.
Absolutely. I said this at the start of the match. We've been spoiled, chat.
What a banger.
Huh?
What a
What
banger.
a banger, he said.
Oh, yeah?
Which it is. Desire Dream is also very nice.
They're very good, yeah?
Very lovely.
Alright. Oh, it's Assault Door, that's why it's a banger. That's why. Makes sense, makes sense. Everything is explained now. Transition!
Wow.
Alright, everybody. The results are in the TD Qualifier. So we have on third place actually, yeah. We got Lance with the last minute Rainbow 5 miss. The run was Ellen and Pace until what was it again? I forgot. It was at least until stage 6.
Yeah. No, stage 5.
Oh, stage 5. Yeah, plates! Oh my god,
Plates
right,
was it,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
The one missed the
wow.
plates. Right, yeah, so one missed
Doesn't
the
happen
plates.
every day.
That's true. That's honestly, yeah, absolutely.
That's the critical
don't bottom
nature.
hog. Don't bottom hog plates. That's all I can say. Just don't bottom hog plates. So the run was on very good place. Very good plates.
Very good.
Pace.
Need some help?
Control plates. Tongue twisters.
Oh my god. Yeah, the run was on very good pace. But then suddenly, yeah, the plate's death happened and then kind of spiraled down from nerves probably and the fact, it's their first time in TWC, I believe, so, that's just happens. Still put up an amazing show, and they managed to clear at the end. Second place, we got SGRN with the Rainbow 4 miss plus bonus, mind you.
Plus bonus.
My
Yeah,
man
the only
captured
SE cap we saw.
SD! And the only we saw, actually. The first and only SD cap we saw this entire qualifier. So yeah. And their first run was originally a 5 miss, but they managed to clutch a 4 miss, so... Sadly, it was not enough, because we have, with a 3 miss and 1 point, 125 points, Piero, who qualifies with the last minute as well, 3 miss, which was a 2 miss until, what did they die on again?
Ooh.
Something much earlier. Like, they had that 2 miss
Yeah.
going into Miko.
Yeah, they died in the early game, I believe, right? Or mid-game, at least, I will say.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Yeah. But we had that, like, that towards the end, that race with Lance, just to make sure they could get a low miss run in. And Piero
True,
came out on
true.
top that time.
Didn't that run
Yeah,
also
absolutely.
die to the Futo spinny spell? Or am I crazy?
We've had
everyone died
multiples
to
of
this
those throughout
match,
the
I feel like.
broadcast, so it's kind of hard to remember which one was which.
Yeah.
I
Still,
remember, like,
though,
most of those were towards the earlier part of the stream, though.
Yeah. So yeah, with all this, they managed to qualify and will be playing in the actual match. So congrats to them, but also congrats to all the players. Come on, chat, say it with me. GG to all the players, because even though they did not qualify, they still showed what they could do under pressure. Because TWC is not only a game of skill, it's a game of technical, strategy, and a game of
A game of nerves.
nerves.
Mostly nerves.
Mostly nervous, yeah, because at this level, when you play in TWC, even in Qualifier, you know you're already good. It's just a matter of, can I play under the pressure and can I get a good run in this time frame?
Can you do this here and now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Absolutely. That is
And then
absolutely-
on demand now.
Yeah. Transition into...
Anyway, next up.
Tomorrow, we're gonna be having Puff of Qualifier. Oh yeah, Puff of, which is gonna be
Yeah,
17
in the middle of the
GMT plus
night
9,
here
which is
in the Western
8,
Hemisphere.
which is 8. I believe it's 8 for European people. Yeah.
It's like 5 a.m. where I live.
Oof,
That's tragic.
Way too early, admittedly.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I can't. Yeah, actually, never mind. Yeah, no, Puff Off is like a 10. Yeah, Puff Off is for European people, it's a 10.
We will be sleeping. No, never mind.
No, but I will not be doing Puff Off because I don't know Puff Off.
Me neither. Like the game, but no
Puff
clue.
Off is fun to watch. Yeah. I would say, however, we have a pretty good commentary lineup going on for it though, and a pretty good player lineup for this qualifier.
Yeah, these are some big names.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Long names too.
True. We have the Scrub of UFO. We have Husker and we have Freddy. So we'll see.
Imagine if you just changed his name to whichever game he was playing in this, instead of just it being
Like
Siren all the
scrub
time.
of like, what's
the Japanese
awful
name?
then?
Let me Google it.
I think I should know this off the top of my head, I'm sure chat can help out.
Kaizuka or something.
Okay, scrub of Keizuka.
Yes, that's what it was.
There we go, scrub of Keizuka. Alright, and we have the player in chat. Hello, Lance. Honestly, don't worry. As I said earlier, like TWC is not only a game of skill, but also you gotta play under pressure and you gotta strategize well, and you just gotta. It's essentially, can I do well in this time frame? And you did your best, despite what
all
happened.
you guys did great still.
All of you guys did great. You can be proud of yourself for making it this far. Despite everything, though, we were happy to have you and like to commentate your run. So,
Benny!
congrats, man, still. Stop screaming Benny, George!
Someone's
Holy
yelling
fuck!
Benny in our ears.
Like, you guys got here, but George has been like, Benny!
Benny, 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 Benny,
the whole
Benny, Benny,
time.
Benny.
So yes, we're gonna be having the Benny XD qualifier match tomorrow as well. And I'm gonna be on for that one. We're gonna be having my 184 and EF.
Or
So,
what is a
I
very
can't wait to
can
do
be
the
a very
obvious-
volatile game for this category.
Yeah, it's
I
Benny.
can't wait to do the one joke, because I know it will happen. I will say, my god. I would probably be saying that at some point. Because of course. So yeah, Benny. What else to say? It's just Benny. It's gonna be a hard game. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
fun match.
You
Players
know how
are
it
gonna
goes.
be bullied, and we're gonna be having fun.
Even Nightbot agrees.
Even Nightbot, yeah, Benny XD, my favorite. God damn. I'm really looking forward to that one though. It's like, EOSD is the game that always got hands
Yeah,
into
EOSD is just so much hype moments and aura, if you know
You
what I'm
gotta deal
talking
with like
about.
the early Windows engine. You gotta deal with rank, especially if you're got on a good pace.
I will say, typically what I consider to be the big highlight matches of TWC survival-wise, you have
Especially in the
EOSD.
qualifiers too.
Yeah, you always have like EOSD, Low K, DDC, UFO. They're like the big four.
So huge.
You know that like the players are gonna get punched by the game.
Yeah, DDC with the shot types, man.
Yeah,
oh,
dude,
it's
even
so
Especially with
bro,
the shot
like-
types.
Goddamn. And yeah, we've never had USLNN in TWC before.
It's just too hard, man.
Wait, did we? Oh wait, no, but never mind, we did. I'm stupid. I can't remember, but yeah, we did. I forgot. Yeah, no, the only game we're missing then is like
That is one of the only ones, yeah.
Asylum Incidents,
It's only a matter of time, though.
and UFO, yeah.
Yeah, we've got to find someone who's willing to actually play UM first, and that's quite the task.
Yeah. I mean, we almost had one until the thing happened last year.
Ugh,
Ugh, don't remind me.
it's traumatic, man.
I know. Okay, what if I tell you the utter hyper incident?
No.
I guess for those not familiar, it was a death on the last spell of the game.
Hyper incident.
It was
The
tragic.
other hyper incident, bro. We got the asylum incident and the other hyper incident, the two most tragic incidents in
Oh
TWC
my
period.
god.
Oh no.
The otter. Oh my no.
Oh my god.
We'll just grab an eagle.
So yeah, still, I'm looking forward to USD. I love watching the game. USD is a great game. Can't wait to see what the players have in store for that. Really. And I think, yeah, that's all we have in store for today. But keep in mind, chat, you have Touhou Replay Showcase tonight if you want to stick around and watch more Touhou. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had an amazing time. Congrats to all the players again. You did extremely well given the circumstances, and even despite what happened, you can be proud of yourself. Alright. And Lance, I'm gonna grant your wish. Félicitations. Alright. Thank you, people. Thank you, Trace. Thank you, Koto. It was a pleasure to have you guys here. And
Thanks
of
for
course,
having us, as always.
shout outs to the tech team. You guys did a great job. And with all that said, I'll see you guys around next time. That was CWC Qualifier. We're signing off.
Bye bye.
Take care.